This is Chihuahua Express. It's a 3-day event in northern Mexico, based in Chihuahua, and we do like 3 laps around it, outside of town. We all end up in the same town, we stay here for a week. It's an event based on people that meet once a year and do this race and just enjoy the company and also really tough racing.
This is our 10 years. It's a race that I put together after organizing for 30 years races, even Formula One in Mexico. Mexico is very special. I would say it's one of the last great races of open road. We can do that, fortunately, here, and that makes a lot of fun because it's not the same as in a circuit where you have always the same turns. Cars are racing up to 200 miles per hour or even more than that on open road. There are ravines, there are trees, there are cows, gravel, so it's really a challenge. In the Chihuahua Express participates all kinds of people. There are guys who come in their own private jet and great cars. Engines that can go up to $50,000, $60,000 or $70,000, just the engine. And also there are several classes. You can go up to the small one where you can participate with not a normal one, but not so expensive vehicle, and you can still win your class.
A vintage car, it's alive. It has its own feelings, emotions, its own will. I mean, a modern car, it's kind of a dead thing. It do exactly what you tell it to do, and it drives exactly where you want it to drive. A vintage car, it moves around by itself. So it's completely different things. I love the vintage car because you have to work with it. You don't ride it, you drive it. You have to work hard for it.
I thought it was better to have short transit stages and to come back to the same hotel, but with different roads, different scenery, different climate, different altitude, different asphalt every day. So the challenge is there. By example, day 1, we crossed through the Mennonite fields. Day 2, the impressive, incredible Cooper Canyon, bigger than the Grand Canyon and deeper. In fact, there are 7 canyons in the Cooper Canyon. And day 3, Peguis Canyon is as if the earth has been cracked with a river on the bottom nearby the border of with Texas. It's very dry desert. I think it's adventurous. It's kind of far from everything, a challenge of an open road race. I love racing since I was a child. I am TV commentator, I write. I like all aspects of racing. But organizing is really a great challenge. Safety is our main concern. We have trained doctors that goes after 10 cars, and behind us 2 intensive care ambulances. And of course we have in standby helicopter. It's very easy to participate. It's not necessary to have a big budget. People come from Europe, Australia, a lot from Canada, the USA and Mexico. So I think there is something in what I thought, what I planned, that makes them to keep coming every year.
There's a lot of talented drivers here. Top 50% are really good drivers, skillful. I mean, we're 2 in the car. If the driver is reckless, the co-pilot will suffer. I have to drive so both of us will be okay. At the finish line, it's my responsibility. If I overdo it, I can't complain to the co-pilot. If they say something wrong, it's still me who drives. I have to be able to stop. Most of the drivers here do that. So it's a big responsibility, and I think most of the people I've met during these races, they know exactly what's at stake. That's what I admire. Since I've done 10 races in Mexico, it's very likely I will be back again. We had a terrible race weekend this weekend, but it doesn't matter. We had a great time. The stages we drove, wonderful. We even lost communication yesterday. We couldn't even speak to each other in the car, so he just showed fingers. 3 corner, 4 corner, 2 corner, and I drove. We had a great time, even if we didn't finish any day. Being in Mexico, meeting people, eating the food, being in a nice weather, culture, meeting friends. Racing is kind of second to that. Everybody can come and do this race. You have different cars. You have the touring class. You can do it in a normal car without a roll cage, just a helmet. To try it out, to have a good road trip in Mexico, to see Mexico on the countryside. You have the racing class. Okay, you need a roll cage. You need to know what to do. You do that, come down. You're going to have a wonderful time. It's racing at its best.
Chihuahua Express is a race to enjoy, prove your skills, your setup of the car, to get to know a lot of people from different parts of the world, incredible landscapes, beautiful views, and to spend 3 days in a way that you can leave the stress behind, change the routine. I think Chihuahua Express has many advantages for everybody that makes people to come back each year.